This is my screen, and if people say that it's illegal, it's not. Um, my name is Jeremiah Mendoza Cardenas, Sergeant Major, United States Marine Corps, Post 9399, last MOS 4044E9. This is my screen right here. So um, I watch as a JAG and as an attorney, would pass my bar exam through William Barr, and just because I'm certified doesn't mean I'm gonna get paid. So corporate law, contract law, and the PPE exams, and then law books, law app, law enforcement apps, and Navy Cool. There was here's the reason why the transition in of different branches, why how it came about. Okay, so the transition of different branches was because fraudulent Ponzi schemes or people falsifying, identifying my information as a Marine or a. That's why I had to go from the Army. I got honorably discharged from a falsified child support to Castillo Family Ombudsman and Ombudsman scams. Never been paid for my act of honor and act of valor and Wounded and Purple Heart um, back pay, VA, and more. So the Army lied, uh, and just like Mesa PD lied and stole cryptocurrencies and used my information to steal from their falsified VA or Veterans of Foreign Affairs and stealing DD 214 forms. My QR code is on there with my name, so I did that for purposes of the United States military service members when I was called back in to serve. Uh, I'm still honorable. I still hold a high standard of honor because it's very I'm very committed to doing what I do, even in private investigations, internal investigations, and also um, releasing information back into the internal affairs. The proper protocol for proper measures of the law enforcement, and then being able to continue to do my education through the Marine Corps, the Navy, and also the Army JAGs. I still love to study every single day of my life. It's honorable. It is honorable to the safety of others, and then to the safety procedures and understanding the lives of others, whether you're SMI, disabled, crippled, decapitated, whether we're bringing you home back home from Iraq, Afghanistan, Fallujah, Iraq, or we're bringing you home dead or alive um, from other Kandahar or Egypt or some other places. My last deployment was supposed to be in Kandahar. I didn't get to go out there with Crims Hemsworth. It would have been an honor to serve with him. Um, and it's just one of those deals. As a person that has been kicked off from the Republican campaign, was because I stood up for what was truth and justice. If my son murdered somebody with an AR-15 and and got away with it, would you allow that? Um, I don't think the families would allow that. A child says he shoots a peaceful protester, and this is the reason why I got kicked out of the Republicans, was because I says, isn't murder murder? And I had that guilty conscience, that conviction within myself, to say, you know what, if I let this guy get away, everybody else is going to get away with it. This and there's political favors and political perks that you can get away with, but not murder, man. Murder is not one of them. So a 15-year-old child got away with murder because he says his father served in his constitutional rights. Well, if that's the case, then murders is it's a law of given, and so um, I stood for the Constitution. I fought for the Constitution, and I stand on Constitution laws, but doesn't mean that I'm going to get paid for doing my job, my duty, and what's honor, respect, commitment, and integrity. Um, did I diversify the satellites for Starlink? Yes, I did. It's on my YouTube channels. You can find it Jeremiah Mendoza Cardenas, Jeremiah Cardenas. Um, I thank God for Apache Junction, Mesa Library, and Tempe. Also Scottsdale for having my law books that $2,100. Um, when I had got my first crypto, I paid for my books of law school, and that's the first thing. I mean, the people that have supported me, thank you for your service, first of all, foremost. Because without your support, I could not get this far to where I'm at now. And and without my family's support as well, thank you for your help and your support. Um, it has been day in and day and night study, and trying to get my body back into shape with prior injuries of law enforcement from Mesa PD, Apache Junction, and the same scumbag piece of shit officer that is still out there. Shouldn't have a job right now. Because they opened fire. Him and the supervisor opened fire, and and when I was supporting law enforcement on the Support the Blue, and there's a difference between honor and integrity and loyalty to your colleagues, and being commitment to that. And this is on live right now, right? Correct? Yeah. So I'm not gonna apologize because everything's rated R and everybody's getting away with all their scams and fraudulent Ponzi schemes and features. So if you look at prior videos and stuff, be safe. I can share this. Don't do drugs. Don't take no drugs and alcohol and little needles or knives or anything that can cause, when you go to a hospital, um, um, anything that they could say that it's a threat, because they'll throw you into an SMI or suicidal or a mental constitutional institution that is illegal. Okay, that is illegal. It's against. It's called hate crimes, and I was targeted many times. I still got 2 bullets stuck inside of me. Um, I'm a considered 100% disabled veteran, a Purple Heart and a wounded warrior, and so from Dead Horse, Alaska to Seattle to Utah to Luke Air Force Base to Elmendorf Air Force Base to as a demolition man, and more. And so people that have been falsifying my information, there's some generals that really do know me, some captains and people that really do know me, and I'm just honored to have served with them, and go out there and work with them, and it's a pleasure to being able to go out there and bust the real criminals. I've seen the standoff and I've seen the lies, and so don't build your agency because of falseness, because you want to steal. That's called embezzlement. It's called fraud. Um, if you're building your law enforcement like that, you're no greater than another criminal. Um, don't do it. I encourage all those true and good law enforcement officers that are out there serving, work 2 by 2. Um, don't work by yourself. Right now, it's not the time to be working by yourself. We've seen so many officers get shot right in the face, and I've seen my partner got shot right on the chest. So I lost my dog, my canine dog. He went 3 deployments with me. Um, I have plenty of YouTube channels that's going to show you the diversity of from the Air Force to the Marine Corps to the Navy, the modifications from the Army, Navy, and then I love football. So if you're a football fan, you're probably gonna sees a lot of football, and so the veterans, the women's veterans, God bless you. Thank you for your service of supporting women's leagues, and I am a big fan of protecting women's rights and children. That's why we were called first to flight in our time of service. So um, I wear from my Army hat to my Marine hat. When I get my Navy hat again, I'll be wearing my Navy with the official Eagles emblem. It has to have the National Eagles emblem. Uh, and God bless you. To my children, I say that I love you with all my heart. I wish to see you again. Um, and to my baby Genesis, I love you. I love you. I want to know. I want to let you know that I love you. I don't know how anybody's looking at it because I've lost my memory 3 times, and I don't keep. They don't let me go back on Facebook or anything else. So, but these are pretty cool. And here's the factuals. JM Whiskey 1 Victor Kilo Snake 3 6 Hotel Jeremiah Mendoza, and I just want to share that. Happy holidays, and enjoy your time and your family. In Jesus' name, God bless you, and thank you for your service.